You're listening to the Winsight Podcast Network.
A major C-store acquisition is now complete. Trader Joe's CEO is retiring, and yet another group is calling for the rejection of the Kroger-Albertsons merger. Welcome to Retail Daily, your quick look at the top headlines from CSP Daily News and Winsight Grocery Business. I'm Heather Lally, Editor-in-Chief at WGB.
And I'm Steve Holtz, Editor-in-Chief at CSP. BP Products North America today completed its $1.3 billion acquisition of TravelCenters of America. BP says the acquisition marks a milestone for its U.S. convenience and mobility business. The transaction adds a network of 280 travel centers located on major highways across the United States and almost doubles BP's global convenience gross margin.
Trader Joe's CEO Dan Bain, who has helmed the specialty grocer for 22 years, will retire on July 2nd. COO Brian Paulbaum, who has been with Trader Joe's for more than 2 decades, will take over as chairman and chief executive officer. President of stores John Bassalone will be promoted to vice CEO and company president. Bain started with Trader Joe's more than 25 years ago and has helped it grow to become a national chain of 543 grocery stores in 42 states and the District of Columbia.
The Center for Science in the Public Interest has called on the Federal Trade Commission to reject Kroger-Albertsons supermarket mega merger. In a letter to FTC leaders, the Food and Nutrition Watchdog Group said the $24.6 billion deal would create an anti-competitive food retail market with fewer stores, higher prices, and consolidated food manufacturer and processor control, in turn reducing access to healthy food.
CSP's new convenience store roundup recorded the opening of 37 new-to-industry stores and 9 closings in April. Texas had the most new stores for the month with 6, followed by New Jersey with 4 locations. This month's count includes the closing of 8 Amazon Go cashierless C-stores in several major cities. It also includes a new Allsup store at a racetrack and the 1,000th location for both Wawa and Quick Trip.
7&I investor ValueAct Capital is gaining additional support in its campaign to get the Tokyo-based retail company to spin off the 7-Eleven convenience store chain. Ahead of 7&I's May 25th annual meeting of shareholders, Glass Lewis, a major proxy vote management firm, is supporting ValueAct's efforts to bring a change of strategy and leadership to the convenience store company. It joins another proxy advisor, Institutional Shareholder Services, in recommending that shareholders elect all 4 of the investors' board of director candidates.
Overall, online grocery sales were up almost a full percentage point year over year to $8.2 billion in April. That's according to the April grocery shopping survey by Brick Meets Click and Mercatus. The results of 3 key segments varied greatly for the month, with delivery sales up 20% from a year ago, while pickup dropped 3% and sales in the ship-to-home category dropped 19%.
Distributions are set to begin in Instacart's $46.5 million settlement with its drivers following an agreement between the tech company and the city of San Diego in October. The settlement comes about as a result of a lawsuit filed by the city in 2019 claiming delivery drivers for the company were underpaid between 2015 and 2020 and should be classified as independent contractors or employees under California law. The payout of tens of millions of dollars will be divided among more than 300,000 Instacart drivers.
Convenience store retailers are mixed on the potential of the heated tobacco category in the United States. In its first quarter nicotine nugget survey, Goldman Sachs asked retailers, "What are your overall thoughts on the potential for heated tobacco products?" 40% said mixed or too early to tell. It was no surprise since the segment is in its infancy and Philip Morris International doesn't expect to relaunch its heat not burn product IQOS in the U.S. until April 2024.
Energy Mart in North Carolina is the second convenience store chain to try Amazon's Amazon One biometric palm scanning payment technology. The biometric recognition and payment system uses a visual image of the palm that's tied to a consumer's credit or debit card, so they don't have to pull out that card to make a purchase. The pilot began about a week ago.
New Jersey's Nutley Park ShopRite plans to acquire the assets of Kearney ShopRite from the Tully family. The sale, which also includes Tully ShopRite Liquors, comes as longtime grocery operator Richard Tully retires from the supermarket business. The acquisition is expected to be completed in June.
Jimbo's, a San Diego-based natural grocer with 4 locations in Southern California, is growing. A new store is scheduled to open in Mission Valley, California in 2026. The 25,000 square foot store is part of Savita, a mixed-use community development, according to Sudbury Properties. Construction is set to begin in early 2025.
CPG manufacturers are reining in pricing and refocusing on product quality and innovation as grocery retailers ramp up private label merchandising. That's according to a study by Advantage Solutions. Just 28% of manufacturers plan list price hikes over the next 6 months, down from 46% previously. Also, 35% of manufacturers said they aren't planning increases. That's up from 28%. Meanwhile, 73% of retailers said private label availability will be their top strategy in tackling rising costs.
The state of Ohio is set to see several grocery store openings beginning this week. Michigan-based Meijer will open 2 new 159,000 square foot supercenters in Ohio, one in Warren and the second in Worcester on Tuesday. Grocery Outlet, which now operates 444 locations in 8 states, will open a new store in Boardman, Ohio, according to local news reports. This will be Grocery Outlet's first Ohio store. Locally owned Littleton's Market is also readying its newest location in Upper Arlington, Ohio.
For the 4th straight year, Wisconsin-based Quick Trip has been named Best Gas Station Brand in the nation in the 2023 USA Today 10 Best Readers' Choice Awards. Meanwhile, Utah's Maverick won for the country's best gas station food. A panel of experts from USA Today partnered with 10 best editors to pick the initial nominees. Readers then voted for the top 10.
Congratulations, KT, and well-deserved. And that will do it for today's episode of Retail Daily. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more for your daily dose of retail news. For more on these stories, visit CSP Daily News or winsightgrocerybusiness.com. I'm Steve Holtz.
And I'm Heather Lally. Have a great day.